Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Berenice and they call me Belle for short. This is an impromptu one. I thought it was Sunday. It's only Thursday. But I thought I'd do a quick kind of stitching. It's for Linus and I thought I'd have a half an hour here. And I thought you could join me, have a bit of company. I'm doing one of these. I've got two of them. They're 4x4 squares. I'm going to show you half. And I've got another one under the machine. I thought I'll do this. Somebody from my quilting group, I think she picked that up as a whole quilt from a charity shop. So bright colours. Yeah, do Linus. I've got a backing on this one. Hold on, I've got no backing for this. I've done this about 3 o'clock this morning. And hold on, headgear out of the way. So this one is a big animal print. African animals. Can you see it there? Hold on. So I thought I'd spend half an hour doing this, or an hour. But another one I've got is this one. Remember this one? I've got it laid. It nearly killed me. I usually do it on my bed, but my son's in my bedroom, so with his stuff and his computer. So I had to do it on a big table in here to set up a table. Yeah, it was quite hard to do. Next time I layer a quilt while my son's here, I will take it to my quilting group. They've got big tables that you can join together, etc. So that's the thing. But at 3 o'clock this morning, I thought I didn't want to start that. So I layered this on my ironing board and we should do this. So anyway, let's see if we can get some sewing done. What I thought I'd tell you is, we had a sale of fabric yesterday. Chalk Hill Blues, if anybody's in West Sussex might know her. She did have a shop, but that went pear-shaped, but she's got a fabulous lot of fabric. So we've had a sale a couple of times a year for the past 2 or 3 years, and we got quite a few visitors yesterday, and we showed off our quilts. So I will insert some of these photos and maybe a bit of video that I did take. I didn't take much into here, okay? So I think I need to get you in a bit better. I don't know where to put you. I'll put myself, isn't it? So I can talk to you and look at, well, I'm not going to look at you, I'm going to look at this. So I was listening to some music there. And yeah, I'm going to have to move you because I'm worried about the mic now on here. So I'll stop for a minute and think about it. So let's see how this goes, eh? Yeah, so we had a great morning. And what I'd done is last year I took some samples of my free motion. And people were asking for me, to me about it. So somebody said, why don't you take your machine next time? It's not going to work, is it? So why don't you take your machine the next time? So I thought, yeah. So the night before, Tuesday night, I thought, God, I've got to take my machine. And let's put you back a bit. Don't like that. So I took my machine, took my samples and that. Yeah, a good few women came along. But what was really quite good, we'll see if it pans out. I smoked, so I was out in the car park having a smoke. And 2 women came out. And they're down at the south shore of England, about 10 or 15 miles away from me. And they said, do you give talks on it? And I thought, well, I can talk for England, but I've never thought about giving a talk on free motion. Didn't think I was that good, you know. But they said, no, it's because you explain that you're only a beginner. You haven't been 20 odd years at this, which I haven't. It's only been about 2 years at the most, you know. And then you talk so kind of naturally. Yeah, I know some youth people think that as well, don't you? I should have been an actress, shouldn't I? Don't know. Anyway, I'm okay in front of a camera, so or an audience actually. So I said, well, I never gave it a thought. She said, well, I'd love you to come down to our group. It was about 25 of us. I said, oh, that's what actually was in our group, about 24, 25. Not always there at the same time, so that can work out a good thing actually. Yeah, so, but I said, yeah, yeah. So we changed details and I gave my phone number, etc. Told her about YouTube. I've got a Facebook page as well, and I've got a website. I haven't done anything with it, so don't go looking at it. It's a mess. It's horrible. And yeah, so but Storrington Quilters, that's where I live, Storrington in West Sussex, if you want to look it up. And we're the Quilters group there. So and we've got a Facebook page as well. So yeah, that was really, really good. You know, really, my self-esteem was way up, way over the roof, like. So yeah, so we had a great day, loads of cake. So I brought cake home, cake for my son as well. Well, I blamed him. I says, I had to bring you cake. Yeah. And yeah, it was a good morning altogether, like. Yeah, wonderful. So, as I said, I'm just going to do a meander on this. I need to experiment a bit more. I know, do circles, you know, within circles. Swirls, isn't it? You know? So what I don't want I'm doing is a meander, right? So make sure my needle's down before I stop, before I move my work. Get it all loose and fancy free here. And yeah, it's wonderful. You don't realise sometimes the talent you have in things, you know, you just take it for granted. And people were asking me what foot I used and tensions and dropping the feed dogs. Because if you don't know, you don't know. So, yeah, good day. So I thought you'd put you down to see the work as well. I can't talk to you and from that angle, you know, you want to look at the camera then, but I know I can't hear. So I've used a yellow glide thread for the top, and I've used a kind of purpley brown for the bottom. It is glide, so I've found that thread from a long arm on YouTube, and I thought, oh, I'll give that a go, so that's quite nice. I sometimes use embroidery thread, especially the variegated. Let me stop a minute because I've got my hands not right. I hope you can see that now. It's not very good if you can't see some of it. You'll have trouble with it anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, so embroidery thread. So I love variegated. I don't know why I didn't do it on here actually. I should have done, but the box was near. See, that's kind of puffy there, see? But that's what I said to the girls yesterday, the women I was speaking to. You know, go round the puffiness and it looks like it's meant. I spray glue my spray base my quilt, so it's practically done all over. Oh, see, I've run out of space there, see? I've got a line above me, above the needle. It can squeeze through, and that's what I said to the women I was talking to. What do? You get the corner? I says, well, you can actually stop and start again. There's no rule against that. I know the quilting police said you've got to keep going forever and a day, but let me just cut this bit off. Does that annoy me? And I'll forget when I go to do it, right? So we don't know who put this quilt together. It's the lady that gave it to me to do said, you know, it wasn't sewn very well. I think she corrected some kind of torn seams, unseams that weren't done very good. No offence, you know, we all have to start somewhere, so maybe that's why it went in the charity shop. She gave up. That's a sin if she did. But, yeah. So I took yesterday an applique quilt I'd done. It was 8 blocks. You'll see. It's on a video somewhere as well on YouTube, my channel. I took my postage stamp one. I took my one that I call Stand Out in a Crowd, the orange hexagon and not the black and white, which is my favourite. And I told a few the story about it with my agoraphobia, and I used to feel lost when I was making it. I was hand sewing all on my own. But I said, when I started to get better and get it finished, put the borders on, etc., I thought, no, I'll stand out in the crowd. I want to stand out in the crowd. I do. I know what I'm like. That's what I'm doing. Going round and round. I mean, you can stop to move your hands. I'm a little bit more experienced now to do this. So I don't quite have to. Move the machine. Sorry, move the work. So speeding a machine going up and down. Just watch when you're going around the curves, which you're doing a lot of here, but oh, that was a long stitch, see? It jerked. Sometimes your work moves easy, sometimes it doesn't. So I try not to go in straight lines, you know, straight up, down and then and back again. So I try to get it all over the place. So I've got some down here and some up here. Now what I can do is actually turn that around, you know, so that'll make it a little bit easier. And I didn't sew the borders, so I'm a bad girl because I should have sewn down, whistled there, should have sewn down the edges of the borders. So because I have trouble. I do it with the biggest stitch on the machine, straight down. I was being lazy and I forgot. I'm going to take my time here because I want to make sure this border stays kind of straight. See, it'll pucker up otherwise. And I've got glue on the batting, spray basting. So that's a bit sticky on my gloves at the moment. That's why I'm going a bit canny here. I'm going to go around there. See, I've done a couple of stitches in the same bit there where I stopped. But you're allowed to stop. Take your time. Wait for the needle to go down before you move anything, your hands or your quilt. Little tips like that. Handy. See, I can see that corner bit there. I'm going to go back down over here now. I've got to be careful because this isn't pulling at the side here. As I said, it felt like a Sunday to me this evening. It's only Thursday. Yeah. On a Friday I go for a coffee morning, not always but I do, and we have a baker down in the village that hasn't been there on a Friday morning, and I got a message, she hasn't been there for the past couple of weeks, that I asked. Something was being done in town on the space that she usually has a van. But she texted me this morning. I'll be there tomorrow, Friday, because I like getting, well, cakes and stuff, but bread and that, but Scotch pies. Because it's very rare you can get them down in England, and yeah, they're beautiful. I don't know if she's got a Scottish husband or what, but yeah, they're just like the originals. I bought them at supermarkets, but they're not as good. Not that I can find them all the time. In the past I have since I've been back in England, which is about 17 years. I'm going to move here. So I hope all is well in your lives. I know the cat lady, Tina, you're getting your house done in your craft room. And as I said to you in a message for the rest of your house, and then Christmas you're getting ready for, you won't have room to time to use your craft room. Make time, didn't you? Make time. I do mine in the living room. I haven't got a spare room, but I'm quite happy here. Sandra. I laugh at Sandra. She says, I listened to you in the car. I thought, what's she doing? Listening to me in the car. One, she should be watching me, and two, I hope she's not driving. Or she's watching me, I thought, the first time she said it. Yeah, Joe from Yorkshire. And I've forgotten. Forgive me. But yeah, I've got some regulars that email me, especially when I'm not online for a while. I'm just doing gentle meander, round and round. It's quite good when you're coming down like this, but as I say, I do like to go this side, because there's where I've sewn. So it doesn't look like it's all just one straight line of wheels. Because when you first do this, you know, you pull so much, especially around the curves. I found that you go faster around the curves, and that will give you, see there's my lines here, that's where I've got to watch, I've just seen it. It calls eyelashing at the back. Yeah, it's the tension and that, the speed you're going. Well, I said to the women, so quite a few women yesterday, if I can do it, you can do it, you know. I'm stopping there because it's pulling on the side of my table here. All these little tips, all these little bits, you know, that it will come naturally, but I hope it helps for you to do this. The meander, we all want to do feathers, as I said, but start with a meander. I don't know where I'll come from now. Confused. That's alright. And if that had turned into a bit of a pointy stitching, doesn't matter, you know, nobody will see it in the great scheme of things. I'm probably repeating myself. I want to get them pretty even. You won't get every stitch, you're not a computer. Remember that, you're not a computer, you're not a machine. This is moving nice and smoothly at the moment. Some bits don't, I don't know why. I don't know what's me. I'm going to come up to the edge now, and where I haven't stitched. Back up here. So I'm holding the seam, I'm slightly pulling it slightly to keep it flat, because I haven't stitched it. So I'll hold that down there. Go around the corner. I like meeting the 4 points if I can. Not always, but in certain quilts I do. Sometimes they seem to pop. It might be something to do with the way I make my quilts, I don't know. So I advertised my YouTube to a few. There was a lady that worked at a fabric shop, sorry I've forgotten her name. She said she follows me, so hi to you. I can see where I've been before with this thread for the most part. Excuse me, for this middle part, like here, I'm going further and further away to this right, you know, so, because I didn't want to end here and then start the next. That's the bit I really want to avoid. I'm going to go back then over the seam, over this board, the satin, that's the word, because I haven't done it yet. You get to know your machine. On my other machine, my Outlier 3, somebody said I was saying that wrong, but still, that's what I call it. 8-lier 3. If I pull too tight, it gets a ting, like the bobbin's tinging on a needle, you know. This one doesn't do it. But there again, I'm probably not pulling it. Maybe I'm getting better. Anyway, it's a review for now. I just wanted to get this little film up. Let me know I'm still here, fluttering on. Actually, you know me, I bought some more fabric, of course I did, that's the show yesterday. And I bought more fabric from an online shop that I use. I must get some more quilts done, but I've got so many quilts to actually quilt and finish off. And with my long nails, I didn't realise I went to do some binding when I went to a quilting group on Tuesday. I used my thimble. Because I haven't done hand stitching for such a while, I forgot about that part. You see how far away I am from this border over here, you know, so... Find a long one there, just to give it a little bit of more shape. Right, I shall leave that at that and carry on with this. I hope I haven't bored you. I thought I just wanted to make a wee clip, wanted to blether, wanted to talk and show you these little quilts that I'm doing. Excuse me. So please do subscribe if you haven't, the likes, the notifications, so you know when I next put my videos up. I'm having to think here. What else is it? Comments. Yeah, leave your comments please. If you subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything, but it does my analytics, it does my videos good, pushes them to other people. So if there's anything you want me to do or make, just please let me know, quilting wise, nothing else. I'm not a dressmaker. And again, thank you for watching, and do take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.